7 new faces were added to the Niagara Falls Wall of Fame for their contributions to the arts and culture community here in the city.
Well, I think it's a real cross-section of talent and contribution, as well as a real cross-section of age, from people that are elderly or past to young people like April and Dave and Paul.
And how are the recipients selected each year?
People are invited to nominate people for the Wall of Fame. The nominations come in, and then it's a vote at Arts, Culture, and Museum Committee meeting. And people that are nominated but are not chosen are kept on the list for 5 years, so that if you happen to nominate someone and they didn't get chosen for this year, they're still on the list. They could be chosen next year, the year after. So like I said, 5 years, we keep them.
And how many inductees do we have up on the wall today?
Well, we're more than 70, so we're growing in leaps and bounds here. And 11 years ago, who would have thought that we would have so many people and still have as many people in the Niagara region that are still worthy of being here?
Longtime Niagara Falls Ambassador George Bailey has been an advocate for the city through his many books, television appearances, and photography.
What an honor. And I tell you, I first of all, I have fun photographing and talking and writing about Niagara Falls. That in itself is a reward. And then to get a reward, get an award to go with it, wow, too much.
From an arts and culture perspective, what are some of your fondest memories of being involved in that community here in Niagara Falls?
Well, one of the things I did is I worked with Cogeco, as you do, doing it as a volunteer. And we did all these little pieces about things in the area to see and do, and people. That was a real highlight. And Mark Wiccabrado, the guy that's on the other end of this camera, he was one of the producers, along with Jack Cussers and a bunch of other folks, and they made it happen. They made it look like a fine piece of art. But that was a fun part of my life, just doing all of these different shows.
Paul Gigliotti and Dave Thomson left their mark on the Canadian music scene as the popular music duo Wave, with their single California taking the top spot on music charts in 2001, the same year they first appeared on Cogeco TV.
I mean, it's amazing. It really is. It's nothing to take lightly or to, it's quite the honor. I mean, you look at that wall, and I didn't count how many people, but maybe 40 or 50 or whatever. So to be one of those, and that's, through a long time, I don't know, 100 years or whatever. So to be, recognized by your own city for something you've done by just something we did that we just came out of thoughts. Mm-hmm. We created out of nothing. It wasn't there. It wasn't like, hey, just do this. We just decided to do something. So to be recognized for that many years later is awesome. It really is.
Filmmaker April Mullen is a former Miss Teen Niagara who has gone on to act and direct in a number of award-winning films.
As a filmmaker, I really grew in the city, with the city and the community and everybody involved, because our first, all 5 features that we did with our production company were all shot in Niagara Falls in the Niagara region. So from the micro budget rock, paper, scissors, the way the tosser, we slowly got bigger, and then we brought in the big trucks from Toronto for Dead Before Dawn, which is really exciting, and then 88 was even bigger. We brought Christopher Lloyd to town, brought him to the Flying Saucer. It started off as like a really big team effort, and I love hiring young filmmakers too from Niagara College and Brock University. So it feels like, it's been really a team effort. Our company's grown, I've grown as a filmmaker, and it's always been around the community, either them as extras or zombies in a football field. We even borrowed my high school football field at St. Paul for one of our scenes. Without the community, none of it would have been possible, because I work with really tight budgets at the time, and you need to make it extra stretch and to make it worthwhile, and it was like a huge effort from the community to allow me to shoot in all these great spaces and these hotels, and it was very, very, I would feel very fortunate and supported.
Dino, what can you tell us about the mandate of the Arts and Culture Committee here in Niagara Falls?
Well, the objectives of the Wall of Fame are to ensure that a visual memory of the artistic contributions to the city are recognized, and then to ensure that past and present residents of Niagara who contribute those artistic contributions are recognized here in Niagara Falls in the Wall of Fame.
Check out our Facebook page at Cogeco TV Niagara for more in-depth interviews with today's inductees. Reporting in Niagara Falls for The Source, I'm Katie Jones.